What's up, guys? Rejinx here. Today we're talking about Artificing in OrbusVR. We're going to talk about what it is and how to do it.
Welcome to Orbus Tips.
So, what is Artificing? Artificing is a system in Orbus where you can create tile sets to put on your armor and on your weapon that when procced give you a buff. And the buff is 10% extra damage for 3 to 5 seconds, and that buff can stack up to 3 times, giving you up to 30% extra damage whenever you have 3 rune sets proc. This can be a huge buff in late game whenever you want just a little more damage to get over the hump and beat that high level shard or top the DPS charts in your group. So where do you get started? How do you figure out what tiles you need? The first thing you need to do is either create a rune sight potion or find one. If you've leveled up a few times, you've probably gotten a rune sight potion out of one of the chests. But if you haven't, you can use the recipe to make one. I'll have a link to the recipe in the description. And then once you have that rune sight potion, you need to find someone willing to record you after you drink the potion and while you're attacking in your normal rotations that you would do in a boss fight. I put a link to an example video of what a rune recording would look like up in the top corner here. You could possibly have someone just watch you do your rotations and then write down all the different runes, but I don't know anyone who's actually been able to find any success with that method. Really downloading some recording software and just game capping your rotations as the runes proc, and then have them send you the video on Discord or on YouTube is by far the easiest way to do it. Another possible method to get the runes you need for your particular class could be to talk to someone else who has already got runes for that class, and if they use the exact same rotations you do. Now this is useful for mages, sometimes warriors, rangers found some success looking at each other's runes, and if they have a good rune set and you seem to use the exact same rotations as them, then you could use their rune set and see how it works for you. But getting the timings perfectly right is tricky. It is different from person to person. So once you have these rune sets and you're looking at this video, what you're looking for is 3 to 5 runes that seem to pop up consistently. And that way you know that when you go through your rotations, these runes will proc whatever rune sets you create. So once you have these 3 to 5 runes that are popping up consistently, now you need to make the actual tiles for each rune. Now the recipes for the tiles, I will link down in the description to a wiki that has the recipes for each tile, but there is scrolls around the world that you can grab to get them in your book like I have them here, and it makes it easy to make them because you have the actual recipe in game. You'll see in each of these recipes that it uses one of these, well, multiple of these 6 rocks that are findable in the world. They're all in caves somewhere. Then once you have your rocks and you have your rune recipes, you just need to make the rune tiles at your potion making station. And then once you have all the separate tiles you need to make a rune set, you need to go downstairs into your basement, and there's the rune set station. You put the tiles into the chest, you make sure they're in the correct order, you put them onto this here, and then you hit finish and you have a rune set. Now, once you have a rune set, you need to find the piece of gear you want to put your rune set on. Rune sets can be placed on weapons, helms, shoulders, gloves, or chest pieces. So you can have up to 5 separate rune sets. But even with 5 rune sets, you'll only ever have 3 buffs on you at a given time. And another thing to remember when creating rune sets is that you cannot have 2 of the same tile on a single rune set. Meaning, example, this Z right here. You can't put 2 Z's in a single rune set. So every rune needs to be unique. Also, you can't put 2 identical rune sets on you at the same time. So you can't create two of the exact same rune set, put one on your weapon, one on your shoulders, and then when you proc it, have them give you two buffs at the same time. That doesn't work. But what can work is, let's say you have 4 runes in a row that you get. You can create a set of 3 that include the 4 set, and that'll proc just fine. And here's an example of me procking some runes and what it looks like whenever your runes are working. So whenever you're attacking after your rune sets are procced, this is what you want to see to show, okay, I am picking up my buffs. And that covers the basics of rune making. I'm sure there's a lot of small things I forgot to mention. So if you have any more questions, don't be scared to ask in the comments. Also, I'm going to post this video on the Orbus Discord. You can ask there. And if you want to check out a couple of my previous videos, the link should be popping up right here on the screen. I'm making these videos with my little girl. So I'm going to put a link to her YouTube channel in the description. So if you want to check out her videos, she's 10. She likes to make these little play videos, and she's helping me edit these. So thanks for watching, and I hope you find this useful.